Hey everyone, it's Evie. It's the week of the 18th of September. I need to just call this vlog Evie Walks to Work Every Day, because that's all I ever do. Anyways, this week I'm going to try to talk about video games. But in particular, one video game, which would be Life is Strange, which is right now probably my all-time most favorite video game ever. But anyways, for those of you who don't know, Life is Strange is a game produced by Square Enix and developed by it was formerly Don't Not Studios, and I think it's a different developer now. I don't remember at the top of my head. But it's a very story-driven, choice-driven game where you play as a young girl named Max Caulfield attending Blackwell Academy. It's like I think it's like an art school, maybe not be. It's like a fancy high school though. And she has some really weird shit happen to her, and you're kind of playing as her, dealing with all of these things that are going on with her, and you're making choices regarding how she responds to people and what action she takes. And it's a super, super, super fun game. It's got a bit of a supernatural element to it. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers for this game as much as possible when I talk about it, but it's going to be hard to do so. So I will alert you if I'm about to spoil something major. But anyways, there's a lot of factors about the game that make me absolutely adore it, both from a video game perspective and just from a general aesthetic perspective. First things first is the kind of time period it takes place in. It seems to be early to mid 2000s. I want to say it might be late 2000s actually, like 2010, 2011. And that's, I guess, relevant to me because that's when I was out of high school, just getting into college. Or I've been in college for a few years, and I don't know, it's super nostalgic for me. There's a lot of stuff that I was into at that point in my life that's had a lot of impact on how I am as a person now. So just kind of seeing things in that time period, hearing the various slang that was popular, I don't know, it's really nostalgic for me, and I think that's a big factor to why I'm drawn to it so much. There's construction in my way, making my walk home a little bit harder. My hair looks like shit. So anyways, as Life is Strange is concerned, the gameplay itself, I think I mentioned before, it's pretty simple. It's just basically running around a school, making decisions, talking to a lot of people. There are some minor puzzle elements, but the game itself really isn't too hard. It honestly plays out more like a movie or a TV show, instead of a video game. But I think that's kind of the main draw of it. The story is super engaging. It's a really, really good story. In fact, if they just made that straight up into a Netflix series or a movie, I would watch that constantly. And Life is Strange sort of hits all of my check marks as far as things that I'm interested in, which makes me like it even more. It has a really vague, hipstery kind of indie vibe to it. The soundtrack is awesome. It's like an indie folk soundtrack. Just the general aesthetic of the game, it's just super appealing. And plus it has a really dark supernatural plot to it, which really isn't apparent when you first play it, but then the more and more you play it, the more obvious it becomes. I wish I could say more about it, but it's definitely a game you don't want to get spoiled. But the game is awesome. It's my favorite thing in recent years, not even as far as video games, as far as any sort of media. I absolutely adore it. But the only downside is, yes, it's great, but it's sort of kind of triggered a little bout of depression for me, which is weird. But I guess the best way I can boil it down is that I kind of put myself in the shoes of the main character, Max, and I feel like if I was born as a girl, I feel like I kind of would have had her lifestyle. I would have been this kind of hipstery chick into photography, and it's kind of it's like an alternate universe where I could have lived the way that I wanted to. And it got me really depressed. It's like, man, think of all the years I could have spent doing that instead of what I'm doing now. And, playing the game got me thinking, and it sort of made me, resentful of my own life and jealous of this fictional character's life, because it's I wish that could have been me, It's I was jealous of her friends and her clothes and just the lifestyle she was living. And she's a fictional character, so it's stupid anyways. But it just made me think of what my life could have been like had I been born under different circumstances. And, it bums me out. It does. Which I guess it would bum anyone out, seeing something that could possibly be, but that it's not going to happen. and it sucks. But that doesn't detract from the fact that I love that game. I absolutely adore it, and I don't think there's anything that could make me not like that game. But it's a double-edged sword, you know. On the one hand, I enjoy playing it. It has everything I like about a video game, and at the same time, it kind of, you know, makes me like myself less a little bit. Not necessarily like who I am as a person, just kind of where I've been and what I've done. You know, the person I used to be, the person I am now, and the person I want to be are three entirely different people. And I'm still trying to, you know, reconcile that fact and end up in a place that I want to be, I guess, for lack of better terms. I feel like I'm not explaining myself very well, honestly. But, long story short, Life is Strange is a freaking awesome game. Everyone should go buy it. You should play it 100 times. You should call me and talk to me about it. Yeah. Speaking of video games, I bought my friend a Xbox Live gift card digitally because she likes video games, you know, she's cool, so I decided I'd buy her some. And she entered the code, and the code didn't work, so I resent it to her, and that code didn't work, and it was a whole ordeal. And then I contacted customer support, and they couldn't figure out what's going wrong. And then she sent me pictures of what she was doing, and it was just a whole disaster. And come to find out, she had typed the code in wrong by just one letter. She entered the last letter wrong. So that was fun. Got to waste 2 days of my time messing with that. So, nameless friend, who I'm not going to call out, you know who you are. You're welcome. Okay, it's Saturday. I didn't really post anything yesterday. I was working all day. And I'm not planning to post anything today because I'm going to be working. But the reason I'm posting anything now is because my grandma was just recently hospitalized. Not going to go into details, but she isn't doing well. I don't know what's going on yet. She seems to be okay for now, but we're still unsure. So that's why things got a little hectic yesterday and I couldn't really post. But I'll probably post something tomorrow. Hopefully she's out tomorrow, and I can give everyone a little bit of an update. But that's kind of what's going on at the moment. But yeah, hopefully everything works out and she'll be okay. Oh, and on the topic of filming, not filming, I kind of have a schedule set down now, so I think I'm out of the woods as far as falling behind on making videos. I actually filmed and edited the video for last week before this week was done. Usually I have 2 weeks worth of videos stockpiled because I'm lazy. So I have it set now where I'm filming every day, trying to anyways, and then at the end of the day I'm editing that section for the day, so that way it's pre-edited, so then when I go to edit the final thing at the end, I have a lot less work to do. Because what I was doing before is not touching any of the clips, compiling them all into one file later on, edit them all at once, and it was just a huge disaster. And not that I do anything fancy with my editing. I mean, I'm adding some text and some audio. That's really it. It's nothing crazy. But I have it set now where there shouldn't be any fall back or fall behind as far as video. So hopefully I can maintain that.